is happening, guys? Son of Beast here. As I'm right next to the dock, I already did a review for the Fort William Henry's Museum. You can check out the previous couple of previous videos that I did. I already have done a step part, but if you haven't been in here, make sure you do so. It's gonna be a lot of history, also learning some stuff. But right now, I'm gonna be on the boat, taking a look at in between from the boats. As you can hear the bell ringing, they are boarding onto it. So we're about to see what happens here with the mini at that point. It's going to be I know we're not going on here, but Mohican Boat is the only one that we're going on. So without further ado, enjoy the video. I like the good view here of the Lake George plus the mountains over here. This is the boat that we are on, Mohican. That boat over there, that's a mini That boat has already leave at like 10, but this boat leaves at 10:30. So we got plenty of time to look around before the boat leaves from the dock. You can see everything. That's the fort. Golf around world. On that boat, don't know what that is, but looks pretty amazing to take a view from here. Get some good pictures. We're off the shore.
Later on, it was purchased by Charles Peabody. He purchased it for his mother, gave it to her for Mother's Day. She called it her summer cottage. The building today owned by a local businesswoman. Off to our left, Tea Island Bay. And up at the head of the bay, you'll notice a large white home with a wraparound porch. That was a longtime summer residence to General William Booth and his daughter Evangeline. And they were the founders of the Salvation Army.
That's the one right down there. Where you can see it.
I see it. It's the first one I see next to the water.
That's the White House is. Plus the boat that's right coming toward us.
That's that marker throttling.
Off to our left, that large gray building with a brown roof and the tower on the corner. It's called Oak Lawn, and for many years that was the summer residence of the Stieglitz family. Mr. Albert Stieglitz was a famous photographer. And his equally famous wife and painter, Miss Georgia O'Keeffe, summered here for many years. 69.
There's the mini
At the end of the 1998 sailing season, she was taken up north to our dry dock facility, cut in half, 30 feet added to her midsection to give her her present configuration.
Wow.
She's under the command of Captain's to the village of Lake George, Shepherd Park, one of them. In the 1950s, the property was owned by Mr. Charles R. Wood. Charles R. Wood was the founder of an amusement park called Storytown, USA, that would grow to include Jungle Land and Ghost Town. You probably know it today as a different name. It's called the Great Escape Amusement Park. He referred to it as his Sun Castle. The building today goes back to its original name. It is the Inn at Erla West. They offer a nice place to dine and stay here on the lake. Buildings in the foreground are the Sun Castle Villas, the former timeshare.
That is amazing.
Is this it right here, Chris?
And the large brown and green boathouse coming up on our left here. This is the Boathouse Restaurant. They offer fine dining here on the lake.
This is where we
I would
went.
recommend it.
Right over here.
building is all that remains of the Adolph Ox estate. Adolph Ox was a newspaperman. He took over a struggling newspaper back in the late 1800s, turned it around to one of over 12,000 copies. Quite an accomplishment for the time. Paper still being published today by his descendants. It's a little publication you may have heard of called the New York Times. Again, the building today, the Boathouse Restaurant. Buildings behind it are the lodges and estate. The next large stone and stucco mansion coming up on our left, this is called weekdays. It's a Native American term meaning home on beautiful waters. It was built for Royal C. Peabody, designed by Mr. Stanford White. Stanford White designed the original Madison Square Gardens, and Royal C. Peabody was the president of Brooklyn Gas and Electric. Today that's part of the Con Ed system, Consolidated Edison Electric Forerunner, the modern-day helicopter. He also developed the Pitcairn Air Wing for use of the United States Postal Service, and later on in life he developed a reputable airline that had passenger service from New York City to Miami, Florida. He would eventually sell that off, and that would become Eastern Airlines, if you remember that one. If you're interested in a place here on the lake, you're in luck. The 42-room mansion is for sale for a very reasonable price of just $15 million. It can be yours today. Leave your deposit with me. We got it built in the winter time. We can have all the supplies trucked out across the ice, as Lake George usually does freeze over in the winter months, with anywhere between 1 and 3 feet of ice. During the month of February, the village of Lake George holds their annual winter carnival with many events right out on the ice. Going to the sun.
Still really not a lot of boats.
On the islands, there's a private residence, a private chapel, and a private movie theater. There's also living quarters over the covered bridges. For a short time back in the 1930s and 40s, the islands were an artist colony with ties to Yaddo down in Saratoga. And back in the 1930s, the lyrics to Unchained Melody were written here. Of course, that song was made famous in the 1960s by the Righteous Brothers. It was a big hit in the 1980s when it was featured in Patrick Swayze's movie Ghost. I'd sing it for you, but I have a horrible singing voice. The islands today are privately owned. They're owned by the Swire family. They're called Three Brothers. Lake quite different from the southern end. And next week is our last one. We leave the village at 10 a.m., return around 4 p.m. We stop here in Bolton at about 11, drop people off back here around 3. Highly recommend the trip. And if you're in the area in the fall, we do a couple fall foliage micro lake cruises. To the mainland by a bridge on which cars can traverse. You can see that off to our left. This is Green Island, and on Green Island sits the stately Sagamore Hotel and Resort. Now, the current hotel is actually the third Sagamore to be constructed here. The first two were destroyed by fire. Construction on this hotel began around 1920, was completed around 1930. In 1954, the United States Governors Conference was held here. 20 years ago, the entire hotel was completely renovated, and about 10 years ago, the Today Show hosted a live broadcast here on the dock. Stand by with the whistle. The Sagamore has all the amenities one would associate with a grand 4-star resort, including their own tour boat off to our left, the motor vessel Morgan, right on cue. They have indoor-outdoor swimming pools, spa facilities, fitness facilities, an 18-hole Donald Ross designed golf course up on the mainland. A couple restaurants here as well. Hotel Sagamore is the last remaining hotel here on the lake from the hotel era. Back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, more than 20 hotels dotted the shores of Lake George. This is the last remaining grand hotel from that era.
He's fishing over there with the boat. Gonna get some dinner.
Or his daughter or occasionally jumped out this street apartment. No, her cousin I know exactly where she is. Down the Lawrence Street.
That's a lot.
Ship's whistle, one long blast. You may want to cover your ears. Here we go.
Also, you can see the river out there. It's huge. Very huge. Right over there. I'm so sorry. Should have afraid you to turn down your volume if you're on video, or if you were using your headset. That's maybe it's too late or on time. Maybe that's what happens. Nice view. You're really gonna love it. I did not mention it before, but that's a Paradise Island. You never see the kids just jump off the rock ledge. Did you see that? At least if you were here, you would have fun over here. That's a lot.
Lake George played a major role in the settlement of North America. Lake sits as a vital link in a chain of waterways which include the St. Lawrence River, Lake Champlain, and the Hudson Mohawk River. Starting in 1688, for the next 75 years, France and England fought to control these waterways. They served as the only viable means of transportation throughout the frontier wilderness. Now the islands just to the left, those are called the Commission Islands, and it said the names date back to one of the early wars for East England. It said that the French troops were heading down the lake, stopped here to camp. Scholars said that had to stay on the shoreline while the fish conquerors got to camp on the islands.
Generator over there. Generator.
So, sailboat board. Connected to New York.
stretch right over there, forward. That's where it ends off. Wow. Well, I gotta say for the Mohican, that was an incredible journey. Taking a look over for right from the lake. Definitely just got a quick stop and take a drink. While it's just a little bit, it was a lot hot and sweaty, but not to worry about that point. That should conclude for the ship to take a look around the tour from the guide. And right over here, we're back where the Fort William Henry's stood at, right from the boat. So I can check that out. I'll put that at the end of the video. That will do it today. And for me, as Son of Beast, we like to say thank you for watching. Peace out, bitches, Ferris and Wilds, and Mohican of the ship tour dial. Or if you're into Minnehaha, then you can also do that one here too. So Minnehaha dial, I don't know. There's two options. We only did this one. But if you're Minnehaha, you got lucky. If you're a Mohican, you got lucky. Anyway, I'm out. See you next time. Peace until later.
Y'all probably heard how Tony is so famous. In fact, y'all probably heard how Tony was the greatest. I'm black and proud, honestly, I'm fateless. But y'all whack clown smirk, y'all think I'm faking. But truth be told, y'all turds, y'all just hating. And y'all yearn for rooms of gold in my rankings. All y'all fakest, haters, traitors, y'all are Satan. Y'all keep saying y'all will make it, I'm still waiting.